Well, good morning. Welcome to Live. I'm excited to welcome Lara back. She has been on maternity leave and she is back and has a darling little baby girl that Nancy and I just love. And so, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be back. It is crazy to be back on Facebook Live. I've missed it so much. It was so much fun.
We missed you too. And yeah, and it's one thing that people probably don't know is that you live in Oklahoma City where we do. So we get to see you and Boone and the baby, and really the only team member that is local right
Oh
now.
no, isn't that crazy?
So, yeah, we get to spend time together, and that's cool.
I know.
So, what has it been like? Let's kind of talk about parenting and marriage both. So, you've got a new baby. How old is Gray now?
She is 5.5 months. She's going to be 6 months, right around Christmas time.
So crazy.
I know.
So, how do you be a mom, protect your marriage, spend time with Boone? Is that possible?
I just have to say, first and foremost, if you're listening to this and you are a new parent, please just give yourself so much grace because it is the most difficult thing I've ever done in my entire life. With that said, it is the best thing I've ever done in my entire life. Being a new parent has definitely had its challenges. And I was just talking to you. I am so sleep deprived right now. It is just, it's crazy. She's so wild. She either sleeps 12 hours and she does not wake up once, or she wakes up every hour on the dot. And
Wow.
It is the craziest thing. Last night was every hour on the dot, and you never really know what you're going to get with her. And it's so frustrating going in there multiple times, just hour after hour after hour. And every time I look at her, she just kind of gives me this little smile. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's fine. I'm not getting any sleep. It's fine. I'm going to be tired tomorrow. It's all worth it. That little smile just makes it all worth it. But yeah, protecting my marriage has definitely been more challenging, I will say, because we were really good at going on weekly date nights. We were really good at spending really good quality time together.
Wow.
We're good at praying together. We were good at doing all of these things together because it had just been the two of us for so long. We had been together for almost 10 years, and then we got married, and then we had been married for about a year and a half when we found out we were pregnant.
Yeah.
And yes, marriage absolutely changes things for sure. But it's crazy, the dynamic now. We don't have as much time for ourselves. Obviously we have a little 5.5-month-old we're trying to raise, and we're doing our best, the best that we can. And we both are working. Boone is full-time. I am part-time. And yeah, we actually went on a date night. Our very first date night back was maybe 3 months in. It was not good. It was way longer than it should have been. And I just remember the first time we left her, I was like, is this okay? Am I going to be okay? Is she going to be okay? And I think my mother-in-law watched her, so obviously she was going to be fine. But that first time leaving her was so hard. But the second we got away, we got out, it was just almost a breath of fresh air, just being with Jeff Boone. And just being able to just kind of take a breath and relax and just talk to him and not have to worry about another human being for, an hour or 2 hours, however long it was.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so good. Yeah, I think we were about 3 months when we did our first date after that. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. And like, I think I actually had I'm sure you were one of them, a couple people pushing me. You need to go on a date night. It will be good for your marriage. And I knew in the back of my mind, I needed to go, but it's so hard leaving that little baby, especially when you're with them all day, every day.
Yeah.
It's just like, are they going to be okay? I don't know. It was just, I can't really explain it, but it's harder than it sounds.
I think it is. I think I can remember Nancy at first back then. Even I can still remember just because it was so vivid that it was hard. And, and it's 6 or 7 months we took an overnight trip. And that was like, we kind of left it open. We didn't have to stay overnight.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was going to be hard on her. It's like you're just so used to being there. You know you need the time away.
Yeah.
And you know it's good for you and the baby. But it's still not easy.
It's not easy at all. It's like, it's just really... I don't know. It's like pulling a Band-Aid off almost. Like you don't really want to do it, but when it's finally off, you're like, oh, okay, this is good. I can do this.
I'm okay. I can breathe.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
So what would you say to women that might be listening or couples might be listening that are pregnant, they're getting ready to have a baby in the next 6, 5, 4, whatever months? What would you tell them to be intentional about it in their marriage during this time?
Well, this is just my first baby, so that's the only advice I can really speak on. But just spend as much quality time with your husband as you can and just try to set up some goals in advance. So if you know your due date is in June, try to make a goal to have your first date night in July or August. And then try to make a goal of, hey, we want to do one date night for 3 months, and if you want to do that, then try to do it and try to stick with it. Because you're not going to do it unless you are told to do it multiple times by multiple people who love you and who want, obviously your marriage to
Wow.
succeed, because you're just in the moment. It's just so hard to get out of it. So just try to have goals and try to stick with them and pray as much as you possibly can that God just be with you and just navigates you during this new chapter of your life.
That's so good. I love what you said about being intentional about getting in, really maybe and just get it on the calendar.
Yeah.
And so which helps because I think time can go fast. You're
Absolutely.
tired, and so you're not really always thinking about that. But if you've got it where it's going to pop up, and you can see it, and you can plan on it, and you made that decision ahead of time, I think it's a lot easier to follow through with that then.
Oh yeah. And I think that it's so important to remember just to laugh and just have fun, as much
Yeah.
fun as you possibly can, because it's a crazy time and it's so hard, but everyone says, every like 3 or 4 months it's new. Everything,
Wow.
every stage is different. Every stage is hard and has its challenges, but you always get through them and you always learn so much while you're doing it. And so looking back now, when she was 1 or 2 months old, we had no idea what we were doing. But now I'm like, okay, like I see where we maybe messed up a little bit, but now like we're doing it differently. So I think
Yeah.
that, and just be patient,
It,
so patient with yourself, and
it
give
is a
yourself and your
learning
spouse so
process.
much grace.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. That's really good. And I think, it seems like you and Boone have done a really good job of working together. Of course, you're there more. You're
Yeah.
with her more.
Yeah.
You're the mom. I mean, and that just happens at this age.
Yeah.
So, what's the most fun thing that you've had with Grace so far? Anything stick out?
Oh, it's so hard to say that because like I said, every stage has been so fun and every stage has been so new. She she's starting to kind of show more emotions than she was. And so like her just putting her little head on my shoulder, her just like she blew me a kiss yesterday. She goes, and I
Oh,
almost melted. I was just like, "Oh, you were the
that's
cutest
cool.
little thing I've seen in my entire life." But Boone and I just laugh. We love to laugh with her. We love to just hang out on the ground with her and watch her just roll over and make noises. And we love to laugh with her and just kind of see her figuring things out for the first time. It's so fun.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because really, they're and her from Gray's perspective, she's the center of everybody's world.
Oh,
You know?
absolutely. She will stay
Uh,
that way for a long time. Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you back. It's good to have
Thank
you
you.
join me today,
Yeah.
and thanks and congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be back.
Me, I'm glad to have you.
And if you guys are new parents, I just want to also advise you just to lean on your loved ones as much as you possibly can during this